This episode is brought to you by Grumpy Coffee. Do you wake up looking like this bloke, a grumpy person, or this Sheila? Well, that's why you need Grumpy Coffee. Head to grumpycoffee.com.au, grab your coffee. We've got the everyday blend, we've got the very grumpy blend, we've got pods, we've got it all. Head to grumpycoffee.com.au and try the new coffee everyone's raving about.
Just a bloke in a bar.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to another episode of Bloke in a Bar, and I am here with the big fella, Mark Nawaqanitawase. Did I please, how did I go?
Spot on.
Spot on, yes, nailed it. How you going, brother?
Not too bad, thank you.
Mate, I'm sure it's a punish having to explain to people how to pronounce your last name, so please just be patient with the rugby league community. We will learn. Mate, how's it been?
Different beast, the leagueies, but it's been unreal.
Heading over here, I guess, what has surprised you the most about coming across the league? And I know you grew up playing a little bit of league, but you were like 14 years old, very different to men. What surprised you the most?
In terms of the game, I'd say probably how much work you actually have to get through.
Yeah.
Big credit to the boys in the middle. They've been moving a lot.
Yeah.
And then, I guess even our, the outside backs, we have to do a lot of moving, and there's a lot more contact as well. So it's been a big change.
A lot of the tackling, I assume, is more about how can we win the ruck in union, and it is to the same in league to a degree, but there's a huge priority on dominating and a big hit and all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, definitely. What you said there, the ruck and union's on the ground. So you want to be able to, get the players to the deck as quickly as possible, so that, the sevens or whoever can get on the ball. Yeah. Whereas, like you said, in league, guys are trying to put on big hits. But not only that, the rest of it gets involved, and that's just to slow it down so much that we have time to get back, and it's
almost the opposite to a degree.
Literally, it's the opposite. So that was, I guess, for the first couple of weeks, the big thing I was getting used to was literally just trying to lay on top of the guy and just slowly moving my grips around and doing all that, right foot up and getting the right pace. We're just getting used to that. Has been
And like in union, if you're lying on someone, you're lying in the ruck, and it's a penalty.
And you get done, for sure.
What else in regards to, I'm sure you would have known how big league is in Australia, at least on the Eastern Seaboard. Did it surprise you at all how intense it is in regards to how much the fans love it?
It is a little bit of a surprise at how big it is. It has changed it for myself a little bit, just around in Australia. A lot more people, I guess, are aware of who I am, and obviously the club that I play for. So, it has been a bit of a surprise.
I'm excited for you, mate. Very excited for you. What was because it was such a big decision. You're still 23 years of age, so we've obviously got the World Cup in Australia in, I don't know, 4 years, 3 years, something like that.
27,
so, 27. You'd assume that you've got a long career ahead of you in the Wallabies. Obviously, I know each year it's hard to make the Wallabies. It's not just a guarantee. What was when do you reckon that first come into your head that you were thinking about it?
It was obviously after the World Cup last year. After having a few conversations with Trent and the Roosters, that's when I kind of got into it a little bit more. Because I can tell you this beforehand, I was more inclined to stick with union, because I do love union. It wasn't until after where I had a few conversations, and I could really see where I could get to, or what I could get out of making the switch. Like you said, I've been very fortunate to do a lot of things in union, quite young. So, another way of thinking about it gave me more reason to try and get something else that I've loved and also watched growing up done. So, it was an opportunity there where I had to consider.
You'd played for the Wallabies, and it's not like you'd achieved everything in the game, but you'd achieved quite a lot for such a young age. The opportunity to go and play for the Roosters doesn't come up very often.
Exactly. That's a big one of the big reasons. Everyone asks me what's one of the mate, the Roosters don't come around very often to people.
So they reached out to you first?
Look, I couldn't tell you. It was my agents, management do all that. But when they come knocking or whoever, it's something you got to look at. Been one of the best decisions I've made so far. So,
awesome. So however it happened, when you first were told by your management, the Roosters are just keen to have a chat to you, will you be taken back at all, or?
Yeah, mate, of course. Yeah. Just you grow up, you watch these guys, and mate, been watching some of those players that have been playing there for ages, and then the thought of being able to play with them is like, oh yeah, that's pretty cool. Like, you know, Trent Robinson's asking for you, all that kind of thing. Like, yeah, it's pretty cool. League's always been part of my like my life. I actually got my best mates, Chris and George's. There's a certain family, their league till they die.
Okay, yeah.
And they've always, since school, they've been trying to switch me to league.
Oh, really?
Like, mate, just because, you know, and their biggest team is the Roosters.
Yeah,
so
okay,
it's
wow.
they've always been in my ear about, just have a chat to one of the leagueies or whatever. So it's always been there, and it has always been on my mind, I guess, you know, to potentially one day, you know, go back and have a crack. So and I did.
And mate, you're here now. Yeah. And so, okay, the conversations begin. So you were coming off contract at this time?
Yeah.
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 So who was interested? Was there, you know, a lot of interest from other union clubs? Was there interest from Europe?
I was very fortunate, you know, where I had options. And yeah, like I had clubs from, you know, all over the world, you know, in Europe, Japan, and I think I had some other league teams even asking the question, you know, but yeah, I guess, you know, I'm very, like I said, very, very lucky to have so many options to be able to, I guess, choose from.
When did it start becoming essentially, I'm assuming between the Waratahs and like the Roosters, is that really what it landed at the end?
Yeah, like I'll be honest, it pretty early on it got down to those two.
Yeah.
And maybe a Japanese team actually,
Okay.
another Japanese team. So it got pretty close, and then I kind of had to, you know, I thanked the Japanese team, but I kind of had to, you know, move on from them because I had to stay home in Sydney. You know, family's a big thing for me. So at the time, you know, those are the two teams, you know, best suited for my, I guess, my services. So yeah, it got down pretty early on with the talks of all the teams for those two. Yeah.
What was the final nail that made you go, I'm doing it? The difficult thing, the challenging and putting yourself out there is to go to a glamour club like the Roosters that have high expectations straight off the bat. What was the defining moment where you said, you know what, I'm doing it?
You know, comparing the both, and you know, when they came in, they're just like, oh, okay, you know, I think it is best that I, you know, try the challenge.
Yep. Okay.
Roosters made me feel
Wanted. Yeah, mate. It is bizarre.
Yeah.
The amount of young men that sign contracts just because they feel wanted by a club.
Yeah.
You know?
Like I can't this. Well, it's hard. I can't pick a certain moment. It was more so like over time.
Yeah.
You know, where, you know, I'm meeting up with Trent, you know, have some lunch, talk about footy, and then I go for a lunch with Nick and Trent and all of them, and then, you know, I'm there and I'm going again, having another, like it just, you know, constantly,
Yeah.
you know, making you feel like you wanted, which is, you know, for any young fella,
Yeah.
that's what you want.
Yeah.
And you know, they know how to get a play, don't they? So
They're the best in the business, bro. They're the best in the business.
yeah, and you know, just the way they did it, you know,
Yeah.
just made me like, oh, this is something I want to be a part of.
Yep.
They've gone above and beyond my expectations of it as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been amazing.
What about speaking to your mates in the Wallaby side, in the Tar side as well? What was their feeling? Because I guess, like, from their perspective, you know, Union is in a tough spot at the moment.
Yep.
You know, despite what people think, like, there are a lot of leagues that do like Union, and you know, there would be in the perfect world, both would be absolutely flying right now.
Yeah.
But I guess, speaking to your mates, did they understand? Did they, you know, obviously they wish you stayed, but what was the conversations like with your mates?
Mate, I got so much love and excitement for it. They absolutely love it.
Yeah.
Some of them a bit jealous now. Some of them asking if they can come with me. But no, yeah, look, in all seriousness, no, they get around it. They love league.
Yeah.
They love watching it.
Yeah.
And yeah, I guess, you know, to be able to see one of their friends do it, they get around it. So yeah, no, mate, I got a lot of support from them, and still getting a lot of support from them, which is good.
Yeah.
we have a bit of banter here and there now because I'm a leaguey, but yeah, no, it's good.
And so you arrive at the Roosters, and it was actually happened quite quickly. So how did that all come about?
I've pretty much finished up with the Waratahs and the Wallabies and that. Obviously they didn't need my services. Roosters caught wind of that and inquired about getting a release.
When you say the Wallabies didn't need your services,
Yeah.
you could have technically still stayed if they did need your service.
Yeah, well, so I could have been picked to play with the Wallabies.
Yep.
Obviously, didn't get selected.
Didn't get picked. Okay.
Yeah, if I was picked, I would have played for them. But obviously, not getting picked.
Yep.
I kind of would have. Not that I wouldn't be doing anything, but there's not much on the calendar left. Like I could have played Shoot Shield, but I actually got an opportunity with the Sevens to do the Olympics.
Yep.
So that kind of prolonged my union a little bit longer, because if I didn't do that, maybe I would have even been earlier with the Roosters.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, so it was more so once Roosters caught wind that I wasn't selected with the Wallabies, I guess they inquired with Rugby Australia. They do their dealings. Obviously, the Roosters have to talk to the NRL as well, see if it's even possible.
Yep.
And I guess that took a few weeks, I guess, while I was away, and then obviously got the green light. And by the time I came back from Paris, it was 1 week, and I was in there running around.
So your first Olympics?
Yeah.
What was that like, bro?
It's up there with one of the best things I've ever done, mate. I'm so glad that I was able to get there, mate. I had the best group of boys on the trip. And we actually had so much fun, and we did really, really well, better than what everyone was expecting. I know we didn't win a medal, so we lost the bronze medal match, which we should have won. But mate, we did really well, and most importantly, it was amazing. Just the different countries, the different athletes. Like, it's actually crazy to think, you're walking around this village, like the Olympic Village.
Yeah.
It's so cool. Like, every day you get up and it's just like, you're going to see someone new from somewhere in the world. And then you're seeing, mate, I seen Noah Lyles, 100-meter gold medalist, just walking, Simone Biles.
Just walking around.
Yeah, mate, we had, it's a funny story. One of the boys, Ben Dowling, shout out to you, boy. Mate, he, behind him, we had Spain staying behind us in the building behind us. Mate, he just got out of the shower and he had his thing wide open,
The Spanish dude?
No.
Oh, Dowling.
My mate.
I was like, hey, they do it different in Spain, babe.
Well, yeah, we thought, like, not many were there yet, or like, because we were there quite early. We didn't think many people were there, so I think he was just like getting changed or whatever, and obviously he's in his bodysuit, birthday suit, whatever. Mate looks up, Rafael Nadal's looking straight back at him. No kidding. I've got a video, but that's for another time.
You've got a video of Nadal looking at him.
Nadal's like, he's like, Rafa just saw my,
No way.
Yeah. And Rafa's like,
doing the thumbs up. So what we can deduce by that is your mate Dowling, is it?
Yeah, Ben Dowling.
Represented our country with pride.
With
pride.
And he does, all right.
Pride. Thank you, Ben. We appreciate your services, sir.
Yeah, he's going to love that.
That is gold.
Yeah, so, mate, there's some funny experiences in there, funny times, but great times. And, like I said, great group. But, mate, the Olympics is crazy. It's on like another level.
Man, I can only imagine. I had a very short and unsuccessful stint in the Sevens with the Australian side.
Oh, okay.
Union.
Yeah.
It was it's such a good experience because it's just a bunch of young blokes that have all, got the same love for playing sport, but traveling together. Now, I didn't get to do all the traveling and stuff. I just did the camps in Australia. So I can only imagine what it would have been like over in Paris.
Yeah.
And so did any of the boys stay on longer or anything like that?
Yeah. And a few boys, stuck around in the village. You can only stay in the village
a lot of time
for a certain amount of days.
Yeah.
After, maybe 4 or 5 days after.
So, I got to know, bro. The beds, were they as hard as the alleged reporting was?
Well, you're asking the worst person because I can sleep on anything. So, mate, I was all good. There was a few athletes in there. Like, I heard the some of the teams, like some of the girls' teams, and I don't know, maybe some of the hockey boys, probably not because they're good guys, but some like people got mattress cut, like extra mattress covers, like because it was that bad. But like, mate, you'd survive. Like it's cardboard. It's proper all cardboard.
It's all cardboard.
Like genuine.
But does it feel like?
No, like you had like a sponge thing on top of it.
Okay. What about the food? There was dramas about the food, or that was fine.
Yeah, the food hall.
Yeah. Okay.
They had a bit of trouble, mate, and I went in there because some of the boys who went to the Olympics prior to Japan a couple of years ago, the food hall was the talk of the town.
Yeah, wow.
So I was like, oh, okay, I can't wait. You know, I'm keen for feed. And it's not what it was.
Oh.
Like it was like there were lines, hardly any meat. They must have chosen, like I heard they kind of chose like a vegetarian kind of more so, like there was meat, but like more vegetables and salads and all that kind of stuff.
It's like you need...
Yeah, like this, some of us who, need a feed, but thank God for the Australian Olympic team.
Yeah, okay.
Mate, the staff there, they actually had like downstairs, in our building, at the bottom, there's like a cafeteria area for us, for the Australians. And they would cook like, they do these poke bowls with like chicken or lamb, depending. And mate, by the end of it, like everyone was just having those for lunch or whatever.
Yeah, okay.
And that would save it.
Yeah, wow.
So they did, mate. A shout out to them. They did so good.
Was it Anna Mears that led the?
Yes, she was the chef.
And it was because she organises everything. She's the team leader.
Yeah, there's a few chefs. There's there's maybe 5 chefs. They're
not actual chefs though, are they? They're like
no. Like, are you thinking like a chef?
Yeah,
no,
they're not actual chefs.
They call them chefs. Oh,
yeah. No, I'm for the listeners. Like,
sorry.
They think because you're talking about food and then you say chef.
No, sorry. It's like a chef de mission or something like that.
Okay. So basically, like a CEO kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like they run everything.
Exactly. So they and then they have a lot of there's heaps of staff that work under them, and mate, they do everything.
Yeah.
Whether it's sorting out the rooms once athletes go, then other athletes coming in, making sure we have all our kit and everything. And they've been doing that like weeks before we actually got there.
Mate,
so
it would be seriously.
Yeah.
And it was the most successful Olympics ever for us, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Medal tally wise.
Yes, that's right.
What about going out and that? Did they allow you to go out and get in the beers and that?
Nah, mate, it was pretty strict. Like you can't in the village, you can't do it. And mind you, when you're there, you're always at the village.
Okay, so
you don't. Unless you have some time off.
Yeah.
But like we got there and we're preparing, obviously.
Yeah.
To play. So if you had some time off, then you could leave and go do some touristy things if you wanted. But most of the time you're in the village, training or trying to find some good food.
And so they get you in and then they get you out as quickly as possible too. So you don't really have much time to just chill, do you?
Yeah. It wasn't until after like you finish your competing that you can, like we ventured out to town, had a good time in Paris.
I think how crazy that's to say, like, had a good time in Paris. Like, how good's that? Like, so you finish your game, and you went and get on the beers in Paris with your mates.
Literally. It's like obviously very special. Very fortunate.
Yep.
But yeah, it's pretty damn cool, man.
Sick. Who ended up winning the men's?
France. Yeah, France.
Oh, because didn't they have that guy that usually plays for their first?
Mate, Antoine Dupont, he's the talk of the town at the moment.
Yeah.
He's and mate, I got to give it to him. He came on and in the gold medal match, he came on and won the game for them. So
the first session, what did they ease you into it, or did you get towed up the first day you rocked up to the Roosters?
Oh yeah, no. Look, I actually came in on the bye week, so no one was actually in.
Oh, okay.
I actually had one-on-ones with obviously with the strength and conditioning coach. Had to do some runs.
Yeah.
And then I had a one-on-one wrestle session.
Yep, that sucks.
Yeah. They brought in some, one of his fighters or whatever his things, wrestlers. So. Yeah, got real sweaty real quick.
Do you do wrestling in union?
No, mate. No. It was completely new to me.
Yeah, wow, okay.
So, we do, like, funny, Larry, our wrestling coach at the Roosters, was with us at the TARS, but not...
The same level of...
Yeah, it's nothing like, we'd do the grips and stuff, but that's about it.
Yeah, okay.
And then... like, we're learning so many more like techniques and so it was a completely new thing for me. Very intense.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm glad I eased into it a little bit for the next week, because once I got into next week, mate, the first two guys that I'm wrestling with is Jared and Dylan Nafa.
No way. That's got to be intentional. They've got to have set that up.
No, it was because I guess all the players who weren't playing at the time, like obviously I was new.
Yeah.
And you know, and Jared's suspended, and obviously Dylan's there, and you know, just the way it worked out that, you know, they're actually like, obviously, you know, I'm sure you know, they're fucking lovely blokes.
Yeah, for sure.
I just swore. Is that all?
Yeah, absolutely.
They're, mate, they're top guys. So they actually just wanted me to come so they could help me out and, you know, teach me, which was good. But mate, when you have two of them on top of the other and they just know how to freaking get in your face and get the air out of you, I'm just like, oh, shit, no wonder these two, you know, have done trouble. Yeah.
Yeah,
like
dogs.
Yeah, so no, I eased into it, and then I got into it a couple of weeks after.
Yeah. Well, after the first week, were you a bit surprised at how much contact is done at training?
Yeah. Mate. You know, pretty much every on-field session, it's there's contact in it. Just the way the boys train as well, the level that they do. Like I just said, Jared, mate, he's going into everything, you know, to make sure the boys are getting better.
Yeah.
So, you know, it started off 0, but go to 100 real quick.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, like obviously there's the wrestling sessions as well in there. Yeah, mate, it was a massive increase, you know, to what I'm used to.
How was your first game in New South Wales Cup?
Yeah, mate, I had so much fun. You know, I had good boys around me. Yeah, like surprised. Yeah, I'm surprised they could have won the thing. I reckon we could have won the thing if we. But obviously, I heard they had a bit of trouble at the start with players, injuries and all that kind of jazz. But mate, it was unreal. Bulldogs first up, and you know, first league game. And I was like, okay. First thing for me was like, okay, just get a carry out. You know, and what happens? My first carry is a 20-meter tap in front of a set line, and all I hear is, "Go get this." And I was like, "Yep, welcome to league."
Yeah, welcome to league.
Yeah. So no, mate, it was unreal. We did really well, the boys. I scored a try, thank God. Bobby.
Good.
Yeah.
What position did you play?
No, I was on the wing.
On the wing,
yeah. I had Bobby Toyer as my centre.
Yep.
He's a gun.
Yeah, he's a gun.
Won by a field goal.
Oh, really?
It was
That's
like
a close
crazy.
game.
Mate, yeah, it was unreal.
Yep.
We came back. We were losing, and
Yep.
yeah, so yeah, it was pretty cool.
And at what point did you kind of start going, oh, like, I think Robbo might be thinking about debuting me because...
Probably the week prior, when I got named as 2022. Yeah, 22. So I was like, oh, like if you get onto that list, you know, it could mean, you know. And it was funny because that week, Dom was actually sick, so they weren't sure that he was going to make the game. So I was actually training on the wing to play. Like it was pretty funny. So I was like, okay, this could be close. Yeah. So that's that week is when I was like, okay. And then obviously the final week came, and it's like, final last week, Rabbitohs. You know, what's he gonna do with some of the players? And then obviously came through. And
did you remember the convo with Robbo?
It didn't take much words. It was just just this thing where I go up to him and I could just tell. You can just tell. Like we just both laughed a little bit.
Yeah.
Like you're gonna play this week. So
what are you thinking then? You're going, holy
mate,
shit.
I was buzzing. Obviously, like, you know, like it's gone so quick.
Yeah. It would have been like 3 months ago. You were in an Olympic Village.
No, like 5 weeks.
Wow. No way.
Yeah, 5 weeks.
Yeah.
So I was like, what is going on?
Yeah.
But at the same time, obviously, so excited.
Yeah.
Yeah, just keen to rip in. Yeah.
And then so you obviously you make your debut. What do you remember the most about your debut?
Probably the try.
I just wanted him to say it. Mate, how was that feeling, bro? How was that feeling?
Mate, like still now, like it's just for me, like it, you know, just the way it all worked out, like it was a good moment for me.
Yeah.
And I like I say, I needed it. Yeah, it was good. Like,
but you'd have this pressure on yourself of like, I want to prove that this was the right call.
100%.
And
yes.
so when you do things like that, you're proving to yourself, but you're also proving to other people like, I made the right call here. Like I belong here. I've done the right thing, and this is the future now for me, kind of thing.
Yeah, no, and that's, mate, you said it perfectly. Like, you know, I can do things, and I want people to know that I want people to see that I can do things. And
Yep.
mate, I'm excited to have a good crack next year.
Yep.
High ball was a big thing for me. Yeah, it was something that was always there. So, and I guess it was one of the really big factors as to what I could see myself doing in this game.
Yeah, okay.
Well,
Yeah.
I feel like I can, do quite well in the air, and
Yep.
the game the way it is now, like fifth and last,
Yep.
crossfield kicks. I really feel like I can do some great things,
Yeah.
for the Roosters there.
How did you feel walking off the field?
Yeah, mate, I felt obviously very happy, grateful for the opportunity.
Yeah.
But yeah, like obviously very excited.
Hungry now, want more of it. I
Yeah,
betcha.
exactly. I'm looking forward to be able to running out there again and doing more.
Yep. How'd you go with the contact in the first game? Were you just like, oh, that's actually not as bad as I thought it was going to be, or was it like, oh, this is pretty hectic?
Yeah, it's actually funny because, mate, like I'm still actually trying to get used to, like, as a winger, you got to find the right spots to run,
Yeah.
especially when there's a wall there.
Yeah.
Mate, I still remember my first run. Damien Cook, every time it gets under me
Yeah.
and just picks me up, and then they just drag me. Like, it's just funny that they fight it. Like, he knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
And he's a strong fella. Like,
Yeah,
he was on
yeah.
top of me and twisting me out while I'm on the ground. And I could really feel that these guys know what they're doing.
Yeah. What about the fanfare after the game? I'm assuming you would have experienced playing for the Wallabies for sure,
Mm-hmm.
but like this is just a club game, and a lot of attention around it.
Yeah.
Replays and everything like. What was that like for you?
Yeah, obviously it's it's going to be part of it, part of the sport. So yeah, it's obviously pretty cool, to get the support, and the love from the Chooks fans. They love it, which is good. But also, there's a lot of other fans out there from other teams who who gave me some support, which was lovely.
Yeah.
And it's obviously there. It's it's in your face.
Yeah.
You can't hide from it.
Nah, it's just on repeat every Fox League thing, you
Yeah,
see, every
so-
TV. Yeah.
So yeah. Look, it's I guess it's a cool part of the game.
Yep.
Pretty cool. But
It's exciting, bro.
Yeah.
Very exciting. Okay, young fella, you're Fijian heritage, but you're also Italian.
mum's Italian Australian,
Okay.
and then my dad's from
Fiji?
Fiji.
Yep.
Yeah. So
And you obviously grew up in New South Wales.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What was it like growing up for you? Always into sport? You were into multiple sports. I know you played a little bit of league.
yeah. I guess growing up in a Fijian Australian kind of house. My grandfather was my nonno, a big football soccer man.
yeah.
So that was my cousins. My cousins are massive footballers. And then my brother as well. They all started playing football early.
Yep.
So growing up, it was always rugby league, and
Yep.
and football.
Yep.
And just playing sports, and it was cool. My cousins, my whole family actually, we all lived in the same street,
Oh, no way.
across like my house here, their house there. So
That's sick.
mate, it was literally honestly, if I could do it with my brother and their kids, and I would do it because
Yeah.
mate, every day is literally just after school. I'd go over to theirs. I don't know, whatever, basketball, cricket, just playing.
Bro, it sounds like heaven. Your family's just across the road. Like you can swap. Like, oh, drop the kids. I'll take care of them tonight. You do what you need to do, and
Yeah.
then tomorrow night you take care of the kids. Like,
Mate, I've been blessed with the upbringing that I've had, and
Yeah.
that's big shout out to my mum,
yeah,
and also my auntie and my grandparents. Mate, they've done so much for us.
Yeah.
Put us in the positions that we are. Like for me, it was all fun. Like maybe like once I got older, like towards the end of school, like you kind of realize like you have a dream. You have a dream
Yeah.
that you want to do something. While you're doing it, it's fun. And then it isn't until I got to like year 11, year 12, where I was like, okay, I kind of want to do this. After school.
yeah.
So yeah, it wasn't until like later on in school where I kind of thought, oh yeah, I really want to do this as a job.
Yep. Mate, we got a segment brought to you by Grumpy Coffee. And I need to ask all the boys this. What makes you grumpy and what turns your frown upside down, buddy?
What makes me grumpy? You know what makes me grumpy? When someone, my brother, or anyone uses my stuff, okay, and either doesn't return it,
Oh, mate.
or if it is returned and it's something's wrong with it, it's
Yeah.
broken or something like that. So that's what makes me grumpy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And what turns your frown upside down?
turns me. Oh, food, good
You're a big
food. Yeah.
I'm assuming the mother, Italian heritage.
Oh, like
Or
it's
no,
actually
maybe
a bit-
Fijian.
Nah, you'd be surprised. Mum doesn't. Actually, I got an auntie that cooks it. Like we have another family that lives with us at home, and my auntie does all the cooking. Actually, so,
Okay.
yeah, she does all the Fijian stuff at the moment.
So it's your Fijian side.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
I don't mind a good lamb curry or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah. But no, I love my nonna's pasta.
Yeah. Unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
Okay.
So, yeah,
not
get
as
around
fast,
that.
though. You changed from league to union at 14. Why did you do that?
Oh, school.
Yeah.
So school at my school, St. Pat's, you have to play a winter sport. Yeah, and unions. It's a union school, so
Yeah.
I guess that's how I got into it. Well, since year 5, year 6, forever.
Yeah.
I was lucky enough in year 10. I was playing first, and at year 10, when I kind of realised, I could do this. If I can do this,
Yeah.
I can do this. Yeah.
So you're playing literally with guys 2 years older than
Yeah,
you.
Adam Dewey was in year 12.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we played together back at school. Yeah, he was in year 12 when I was in year 10.
At what age did some union clubs come and approach you?
Mate, I had the most different pathway. I
Really?
actually had nothing. Like I was,
Really?
yeah, because for me I was literally just playing at school, and like it was literally just a fun thing.
No way.
Yeah,
But
and
you were playing 2 years up. You'd assume surely that word would have got
mate,
out.
No, just the way it goes, I guess.
Yeah.
And I didn't do any league stuff because I'd stopped playing league quite young, like when I was 14.
Yeah.
And plus, like if I wanted to do league, Mum was like, "Nah, you're not doing it."
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, no, I didn't have anything. It wasn't till like literally year 12 where my mates who were from New Zealand that were at our school were going to be going back to New Zealand to do year 13.
Yeah. Okay.
And they were the ones who said, "Oh, would you like to come to New Zealand? We've got there's a club and everything there. You can, because the dad, God rest his soul, passed away now, but
Yeah.
he thought I could play, and
Yeah. Wow.
he used to play for the Sevens All Blacks back in the days, and he wanted to get me over to, get something going for me.
Yeah. He didn't need to do that, And just out of the goodness and the grace of his heart, he just said, I believe in you. Here's this opportunity.
Yeah. And, to this day, I love him and
Yeah.
appreciate that. And actually, so I kind of said, yes, I'm going to go to New Zealand, and then it wasn't until literally like a couple of weeks before where it was like another mate from my school, his dad was the Sevens coach for Australia.
Yep.
And we're actually good family friends because he went to my school. It's a long connection.
Yeah.
Went to school with my parents, my mum and that, and he'd come to watch us play all the time. And then he was like, okay, no, I don't want you to go. Stay here and see if we can get you a trial at the academy for the Waratahs.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, and then it wasn't until the end after school, after HSC,
Yeah.
I was lucky enough that the Waratahs Academy, gave me a call, Shannon Fraser, and gave me a call, and I said, "Oh, would love to give you a 2-month trial, November, December." And then, I guess that's where I had my first kind of involvement with a professional team,
Yeah.
or like just a setup, some sort of setup.
If the initial father hadn't have backed you and seen that talent in you, who knows? Then that other person that helped you out may not have been like, "Oh, we don't want to lose you to New Zealand."
Yeah, he didn't hear because the only reason he heard is because his son, my mate Harry, heard that I was going
Going to New Zealand.
Yeah.
Wow. People just believing in you. That they don't even need to do it, but they're doing it out of the goodness of their heart, and it changed your life forever.
Mate, changed
Incredible.
everything.
Okay, so you rock up to the Tars, and did you go? I guess you excelled. And
I had the 2 months with the under 20 or under whatever, and then I was lucky enough to get a few sessions with the top team.
yeah,
Which was, I still remember those, like, starstruck seeing some of those players.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I was lucky enough to, I
So
guess,
this would have been, were you 18, 19 around that age?
18. Yeah,
Was Izzy at the club at
Yeah,
that stage?
yeah,
So
he
you're
was
seeing
still
like
there.
Israel Folau run around,
mate,
right?
and that's like he's my
He's
he
a
was at
gun.
that, like he's my idol. You know? So I still remember my first session, you know, with him.
It's one thing seeing Izzy on TV move. When you see him in real life move with how big he is, it's unbelievable.
Saying,
Yeah.
mate, he's a man, and yeah, I still remember I couldn't speak to him because it was just
really.
like. But yeah, no, it was amazing. Like the whole team they had then was practically pretty much the 2014 team that won it. Did a few sessions with them as well, but still obviously with the academy trying to figure out if I'm going to get, you know, to stay in that.
Yep.
And it wasn't until January where I got a call and it was like, okay, you come, we want you to keep coming in.
Yeah, okay.
But also I got selected for the junior Wallabies. That kind of opened another door where it was like, okay, now they're starting to, you know, to know my name a little bit.
It sounds like you hadn't made any rep sides growing up.
Nothing.
So you only played at school?
Yeah.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
Far out. It's a pretty quick rise, like to go from out of school to a trial at
Yeah.
Waratahs to the junior Wallabies.
Yeah.
Because you would have been junior Wallabies with blokes that have been making all the rep sides growing up and that.
Mate, even the academy boys, like I remember versing some of those boys, versing them, and then, you know, seeing that they make the schoolboys and all the schoolboys things, and it's just like, oh. And now,
Yeah, now you're next to them, so they're going, wow.
yeah, like it's crazy.
Just a good lesson for, you know, any young woman or young man out there that, or, you know, boy or girl, like if you don't make the rep side, it's not the be all and end all.
Exactly.
It really isn't.
And that's what I tell kids now. Like if I get opportunities to go to the, you know, trainings for a certain club, that it doesn't matter. Just have fun, enjoy it. But you can make it whenever you want.
Yeah.
As long as you have a crack at it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I guess we had a tournament in Gold Coast for 4 weeks. And then after that we had the World Cup, Junior World Cup in Argentina.
Oh, what an experience. It's just like, that's the thing, you know, like league, love it to death. It's so big here in Australia, but we just don't have that. We just don't have that.
Exactly. Yeah. It was pretty special, man. And obviously been lucky enough to do some traveling, but to travel like, you know, with a good crew, like a big crew, like a sports tour. Yeah, it's the best. Yeah, it's the best.
So you go over there. Did you play really well?
Yeah, we finished second.
Yeah, wow.
Again, another one. We lost by 1 point.
Who'd you lose by 1 point to?
France.
Really?
Yeah.
Far out. France are like,
mate,
they're good now. Mate, I mean, I know they've been,
but across all sports.
Yeah, they've always been there or thereabouts in Union, but
yeah. No, but obviously they've had at the moment they're thriving, mate. Like it's literally rugby over there is the sport. Yeah, well, it isn't the sport, but it's up there.
Yeah, okay.
And like the competition, the top 14 competition is by far like the best.
Yeah, because I'm hearing like, I think like Union in England, there's some teams that are struggling, but my understanding that in Europe it's going really well. Union,
mate,
it's growing.
If I could take every, like even my mates, my best mates, they're all leaguers. Yeah, and they always go on about like here, like Union, there's no crowds or nothing. If I could take them over there to experience a game,
okay,
it is different level. Yeah, wow. Like they love it so much, the passion they have for it. It is makes you realize why the game's so good.
Yeah, but okay, so you go away, you play, and at this stage, when you go really well for the junior Wallabies, did the Tars offer you a longer deal, or was it before that?
I actually had no offer of anything until it was actually before I went away to Argentina with the thing that they said, we'd like to offer you a contract. My first preseason was after that tour. Yep. And then I guess from there that's when it kind of went again, and I did my first preseason, and I was lucky enough to debut, like first game, first round.
Round one.
Yeah.
Fullback or wing?
On the wing.
On the wing. And do you remember your debut?
Yeah, I was lucky enough to score a double.
A double?
Yeah.
Stop it.
I will stop because everyone's going to give me shit for it.
No, bro, people understand.
Yeah, no, look.
You scored a double. Okay.
It was pretty cool. That? Yeah, well, first of all, versing Crusaders, like the caliber of players they had and still have, to be able to verse them was pretty cool. It's pretty nerve-wracking at the start, but for me, once I get into it, mate, I had a lot of fun. Even though we lost, it's still pretty special to be able to do it. And I had my family out there, flew over, which was good.
And but 2018-19, you played for Country Eagles, is it?
Yep.
And is that So that's not the Shoot Shield. What is
No,
that?
that's like that was a competition that was brought in. It no longer exists.
Yeah.
But you heard of the NPC in New Zealand?
Yeah, it's like a pretty good league there.
Yeah,
over
it's
there,
like imagine the New South Wales Cup,
Yep.
but like in the off season.
Yeah. Okay.
So like after the season, but before pre-season.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. And a lot of players go over there and play that. Yeah.
Now they do. Yeah. Now
okay.
players go. Like one of them, Tane Edmund. He went over there and then he got selected for the Wallabies.
Yeah. Wow.
But yeah, it's like a competition that that they make so that the players who are signed that don't make the Wallabies and all that have a competition to play in.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Makes sense.
Yeah. So
And so they tried to do that in Australia, just didn't last.
yeah, they did it. It was around for a couple of years, but
Didn't work out.
Yeah.
So this is 2020. Then you make your debut against the Crusaders. You score
Yep.
2 tries. You score twice against the Crusaders because they're obviously a bloody good side.
yeah,
Okay, so then the rest of that year, you play 9 matches. You score 4 tries. And then in 2021, you extend your contract with the Tars until 2023.
yeah.
I guess, what was 2021 like for you?
My learning moments, or like I always have learning moments, but like big parts of my career came after that year. Just based on me learning lessons from that year.
Yeah, okay.
I guess 21, I didn't, I was just there.
Yeah.
Was my best. So yeah, 21, obviously COVID just finished, I think.
Yep.
So we were just in a competition around Australia and, I was in and out of the team.
Yep.
So yeah, I guess 21 for me was more so a learning,
Yeah,
a
okay.
learning year. Like even COVID, like when COVID hit, mate, I remember in COVID, all I did was play PlayStation, and then I came back, and then it hit me when I came back because I'd done no training kind of thing.
Okay.
So
Okay. Which is a trap a lot of young fellas fall into. They're so used to being able to go, I can just rock up and be good to go.
Yeah.
But being a professional athlete, it's all year
Different.
round.
Exactly. So end of 2020, 21, it was kind of not my best years.
Yep.
But it gave me good stead for the years to come.
Because then 2022 rolls around, and I'm
Yeah.
assuming you take all those lessons and go, I need to be better at all these areas. I guess walk us through that season.
See, I did have a bit of a roadblock at the start of the year as well. Actually, I wasn't there yet, but I changed a lot of things in my life. I started to train, take a bit more professional. That's the way I should have explained it. Just become a bit more professional, and realizing, a big thing for me was realizing what I can do, and I guess the luxuries that I had that I guess not many people can have. So it was more so about being grateful with what I had and making sure I use it.
Yeah. I appreciate the privilege you got to be doing what you're doing.
100%.
Yeah.
And that, from that's taken me, to this day. I still got to be grateful with everything I have, and it can take you a long way if you just, believe that and use it while you can.
Now I'm just seeing here, you scored the 2nd fastest try in World Rugby Under-20 Championship final. Yeah. Walk us through that one.
Nah, mate, I hardly did anything. It was Isaac Lucas, the fullback. I think they kicked off, and mate, we had one carry, and then straight away he broke the line and shifted to me, and I just had to sprint.
No way. Yeah. Well, thanks for coming. Did you do any athletic stuff at all at school, or not really? Just footy?
Oh, I did athletics. Yeah,
Yeah.
I did. But I was just there having fun.
Just having fun. Did you go to regionals or anything like that, or not? Just for school for a bit of fun.
Just
Okay, so 2020. What do you reckon? What was your favourite part of the 2022 season for the Tars? Obviously, you played for Australian A's that year as well. Mm-hmm. Later on, you ended up playing for the Wallabies.
Exactly.
As well.
Yeah, that's right. Obviously, we had a few tough years, like losing, but that year we actually did quite well. We were winning games. Everyone was getting around each other, and it was just a really good year to be a part of. And it's good to see the progress we went from the year before, to the year we had. Yeah. Yeah.
And so to make the Australian A side, when do you remember getting the call for that?
So with the Australia A, right, we had a tour, first tour, which was against Fiji, Tonga, Samoa in Fiji, which was pretty cool. And then there was another part, which we'll get to, where it was a Japan tour. The first one, obviously, one of the coaches from the Tars was actually the coach of the 15th, the Australian A team.
Okay,
so, he gave me a buzz and told me, they want you to be a part of the squad, and got into that. And then I did some sevens quickly.
Yep.
And then I came back, and I didn't have the best tournament over there in Fiji against those teams. And then I came back, and then there was another opportunity to get onto the Australian A team for a tour of Japan. And originally, I wasn't in it.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, they other players from the Wallabies had been put down, so that meant a spot
Yeah.
have to go.
Yeah.
And I got pretty pissed off with that. And it wasn't until like the last few days where I actually got a call and they needed me to come. So
Yep.
I was lucky enough to get on that, and it wasn't till there where I was like, I had some really good games.
Yep.
I was lucky enough to play really well there, and then I got picked on the spring tour side to travel Europe with the Wallabies.
Yeah. Would you remember the phone call for the Wallabies? Because you must be just going, what is happening?
I'll tell you the funniest situation, right? I got back from Japan, and they weren't announcing the squad till the day after. Oh, no, till like later on in the day. But I was on a flight to my ex, who lives in New Zealand.
Yeah.
I was on the plane. So once I landed, it wasn't until I landed and my phone's blowing up.
No way. Yeah. Far out.
And I sent the coach's number, Dave Rennie, and I just gave him a quick call, and it's like, oh mate, I'm sorry, I'm in New Zealand now.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh well, we'll organise to get you back here, and because we're going in 3 days.
Wow. So I guess it was that unexpected, because you're not booking flights to New Zealand unless if you thought there's a chance you'd make the Wallabies, you're not booking flights to New Zealand.
Yeah. So. It just worked out, yeah.
So how long did you stay in New Zealand?
They gave me 1 day.
Yeah.
I just remember they gave me a day to spend and see my partner at the time, and then I had to come back over. Yeah.
Hopefully she was understanding. She's like, oh, what is this Wallaby shit? Yeah. You're making it up. It's not even anything that important.
Well, she's an All Black supporter, so she didn't want me to go.
What's your best memory from the tour with the Wallabies?
Can I say the whole thing?
Yeah.
Mate, literally, for me, it's more so the experiences of the games.
Yeah.
Like we talked about Europe rugby, mate, you go to Scotland, mate, just the way they put on a show there, and the people, the way they love it. They got their bagpipes, and the bus is rolling in, and the bus goes slowly around the stadium, and everyone's all lined up, just just the fans. And then after that, you go to Stade de France in Paris, France.
Yeah. Wow.
And it's still by far one of the best games I've been to live. And I didn't play the first 2 games, but just being a spectator, mate, fireworks, the lights. This is in front of 85,000.
Yeah, wow.
All the games that I went to, I don't think were under. It would have been 60 plus every game.
Yeah.
It's different. It's a different world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that European fans, they're chanting, they're singing.
Yeah.
All that good stuff.
So I guess that's one part that I love. But obviously, mate, being able to make my debut.
Against Italy.
Against Italy,
your
which
mum's
was
heritage.
Which was hilarious.
Yeah.
But just to be able to put on the jersey.
Yeah.
It was pretty special, and taken back because I can't believe that I actually made it to that point.
Crazy. Not in an academy, not near rep sides.
Yeah.
And you're playing for the bloody Wallabies.
It's
crazy.
What the heck?
And so this was in Italy again?
Yeah.
And what stadium was it in Italy?
I was down in Florence.
Florence is the best place ever, man. I
Beautiful.
love Florence. It's
we had
absolutely beautiful.
Good week down there as well. So,
did you go to Tuscany or anything like that?
No. We were just based in the city of Fiorentina's. That's Fiorentina's home ground. The soccer team. There was a soccer game there 3 nights before.
Oh, sick.
So the boys went there as well, and mate, it's beautiful.
Mate, Florence is such a good city. One of my favourites before you're about to debut. What are you feeling?
For me, it was more so I'm here.
Yeah, it just doesn't feel real.
It doesn't feel
a dream.
Real. Yeah.
Okay, so you run out. What do you remember from the game?
Oh, the crowd, mate. There wasn't too many there. Or I think in Italy, because there's not many. They're not massive, but they sound like there's a full stadium.
Yeah, wow.
That's one thing, and then pretty crazy to be able to play in Italy. My family was there, which was lucky.
Oh, so they got to fly over?
Yeah, I called them. I got told at the start of the week that I was.
Really? So they packed their bags, boom, straight over?
And they're like, okay. And then they got a plane, and I think they were there on a Thursday, and the game was 2 days away. Yeah, they got there. So, and my nonno came over.
wow.
So it It was
That's
special, very
sick.
special.
That's sick. Who was your nono going for though?
I remember I looked up for him and he's singing both the anthems. So I was like, okay, that's a start. And then, he was Wallabies.
2 weeks later, against Wales, and you scored 2 tries.
Yeah.
Walk us through that, bro.
The Principality,
Yeah.
packed. And like that stadium, I don't know if you've heard of it. The
No.
Principality, the Millennium, it used to be called.
Yeah.
Closed. It's a closed roof stadium.
No way.
And the Welsh are known for their singing.
Yeah, okay.
And I can't tell, like, it's amazing. Like, every team, like every country you go to, they're different.
Yeah.
Even Ireland, the week before in Ireland was like unreal. Aviva, like the way they sing the anthems, and it's absolutely next level. So yeah, the Welsh, beautiful. Like this stadium's like well-known stadium. To be there is crazy, and then to verse the Welsh, like obviously we were down. I was just having so much fun.
Yeah.
Like I was having for the past like few weeks. I guess the footy that got me there was just I was having so much fun, and I just wanted to play, and
Yep.
mate, I was lucky enough to score 2 tries.
Yeah.
Well, at the time when we were losing, we were down by like
Oh, okay.
I can't remember. We were down by a bit, so I was just like, oh shit, like let's go. We'll go again.
Yeah.
It was more so I was confident. I was confident, and I knew we could come back and beat them.
Yeah, because you won 39-34. So
Yeah, and it was like I still remember like the last few plays. Like they had the ball, like we needed to score. And we had it deep in our half, and they got it to me, and I was lucky enough to get through. And we got right down to the end and pass, and one of the boys went over, and we're in the league. And it's just
No
like
way.
we just came back from like
So it was off your line break.
yeah, but the boys passed it to me. So.
What's the
Mate,
celebrations like?
Pumping in Cardiff as well, like uni town.
Yeah.
It's unreal.
I can only, mate. It would have been incredible. Far out. What a journey, bro. What a journey. What's the ask all the boys? Who's favourite rapper of all time?
Favorite rapper?
Yeah.
Oh, you asked the wrong person.
What music do you like then?
Like,
You're a dance man.
nah, I listen to a lot of island jams. Like,
Okay.
Funny that. Who's my favorite rapper?
I mean, you can do your favourite, Fijian.
I would say Fiji. He's the best. But I'll go rapper for you because I dabble in it. Probably been listening to a lot of Pop Smoke.
Pop Smoke, R.I.P.
Yeah, R.I.P. Pop or 50 Cent. You can't go wrong with 50 Cent.
Yeah, his first album is just like classic, all over it. Favourite movie of all time?
You know what? You know what I'm gonna say? I'm gonna say Avatar 2, the new one.
You like the new one?
Like I wish I lived in the place that they
It looks
set
so
up.
nice, eh?
So good.
Yeah.
Imagine having a house on the.
Oh, bro, on the water like that. Far out. And do you have any hobbies outside of footy?
PlayStation,
Yeah.
as usual.
Yeah. Playing Rust at the moment, you're
Rust,
saying?
yeah, a bit of
before the
Rust.
show?
Yeah, a bit
Any
of a
Rust
nerd.
listeners, any Rust players out there? Go and kill his little fort that he's built.
Nah, it's too strong. What else? I'm not a golfer. Everyone in
Mate,
footy
golf.
plays golf.
I know. I'm not a golfer either.
Yeah, thank
What's
you.
happening?
Yeah.
What's going on?
I don't know. They all want to be Tiger Woods, all of them.
Mate, it's exploding in popularity, golf. Mate, thanks so much for coming on, brother. I really do appreciate it, and I cannot wait to see you get around next year for the Roosters. It's going to be sick.
I appreciate it. Thanks for having me on.
Well, thank you.